Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Theodore, and welcome to the Pisces moon video. This is if you are born with a Pisces moon, if you know a friend or a family member with a Pisces moon. For whatever reason you want to learn about Pisces moon, I'm here for you. And this is actually the last recording I'm making in my moon series. You may or may not have watched all of my moon videos already, or this might be the first time you're seeing my beautiful face. But for me, this is an accomplishment, guys, before I get into Pisces, before I talk about this, because this is my first series I've accomplished on the channel. And I'm super excited because I'm going to continue on teaching in a very series-like way. From this point forward, when I do certain astrological teachings that are not topical or on some wisdom topics, or what's going on in the current time space reality, I really want to be able to break down, planets and signs, planets and houses. So this really is my first planet. The moon and the sun are still considered planets in astrology. This is my first planetary series, moon in zodiac signs. So I'm sure I'll do moon and houses, very soon, and this, that, and the other thing. So again, just felt like, sharing my celebration with you for a moment. Now, Pisces moon. Let's talk about it. So Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. It is the end of the zodiacal journey. Of course, Aries being the beginning, the birth of life, the birth. And then we travel all the way around the zodiacal wheel in a symbolic fashion, which pretty much maps out the growth of a human life. And we end up in the 12th house of the depths, the abyss, of isolation, of liberation, spiritual enlightenment, solitude. There's a reason why solitude and spiritual liberation are associated with the 12th house and Pisces, because when we think of spiritual liberation, in a classical sense, we usually think of like a monk, the guru on the mountaintop, the Zen master who sits alone and only teaches his students when he wants to. And the solitude part of Pisces is really because, that's really at times where they feel the safest. Pisces have this innate, especially Pisces moons, guys. Pisces moons have this innate longing for, I believe, access to the inner worlds that they may be conscious of or may not be conscious of. Now, the moon symbolizes our mind. It symbolizes our emotions. It symbolizes how we feel, right? It symbolizes our sensitivities to the world. It symbolizes what brings us joy. Our natural state is what the moon is. What we need in life to feel safe, right? What we need in life to feel calm, not necessarily energized, because I would say there's other placements in the astrology chart that would signify, I need that type of energy to feel energized. Like, for example, if you had, Mars in Gemini, you would probably need to really be activated in the Gemini part of your life. And that would really give you life because you want to be really assertive in the Gemini part of your life. So someone with Mars in Gemini, that's where you would maybe get your source of energy. And then, of course, wherever the sun is where you're supposed to be illumined in this world. That is a destiny point. That is a ego that you must adopt, right? A mask you must put on in the world and embody that shining sun. And when you succeed and fulfill your destiny, in the greatest capacity that you can, the sun placement is where you will get the most energy from. It'll give you the life force. Literally, the sun is the life force that will help you want to wake up every day, But the moon is our innate vibe. It is the way our mind works. It is the way we feel. It is the way we wish to express our emotions. So a Pisces moon, needs things in their life that can help them express their creativity, even though that's very cliche. And trust me, I'm going to try not to be cliche, guys, because if you know my work, you know, yeah, I talk about some of the cliche stuff in astrology because the meanings and significations across the board are there for a reason. But, you know, I try to go deeper in my work. You know, I'm a psychological, spiritual, and shamanic astrologer. So I like to really kind of dust the corners off of the room, so to speak, that most people might not talk about. But a Pisces moon, yes, they need ways to express their creativity. And why do I say this? Because they are very, very dreamy. You know, they have a way about them, the way that they view the world is a very energetic way. They feel the world energetically. They don't necessarily always feel the world intellectually. You know, somebody can walk through a forest and constantly be examining everything, you know, and looking out for threats. You know, there could be like an Aries moon might constantly be looking out for threats, you know, and where a Pisces moon will just be seeing the vibrations off the leaves, will feel the life force, you know, from nature. So there's a difference there. So Pisces moons need things in their life that can help calm their energetic systems and also express their innate intuitive and, yes, psychic energetic systems. This is why Pisces moons, you know, really need somewhere to channel this deep well of emotion. And unfortunately, being a human being in this life, we are faced with the realities and the harshness of life the more and more we age. So if a Pisces moon does not get the proper care or have the proper outlets or the proper friend groups or the proper parents, they can end up with, of course, mental problems. You know, and again, the 12th house is, you know, what we're dealing with Pisces. So again, you know, mental issues can be a very big deal in the 12th house. You know, mental institutions classically rules the 12th house. You know, hospitals, isolation. So this idea, if a Pisces moon is not well parented, if a Pisces moon is not, you know, adapting well in their environments, if they have the wrong friends, they will find themselves more and more and more mentally straining and psychologically damaging situations. They will find themselves, you know, engaging in behavior such as drugs, anything that will numb the pain, because they are so sensitive that they have to be careful in every little thing that, you know, pretty much affects their behaviors, you know. Now, does a Pisces moon, does that mean that they literally have to be hidden away and never face the truth of life? No. All I'm saying is that out of all of the zodiac signs, it is most difficult for them, in my opinion, to walk the fires of life if they do not have outlets and people and environments that can help them cool off, right? They're a water sign, but they're extremely psychic and intuitive. They feel everything, which is why isolation and solitude is, you know, a home for them, because that's a home they can build for themselves. That's a place where they can stay and not be affected by the harshness of life. Now, not every Pisces moon is going to agree with me, because I'm sure a lot of Pisces moons love life, but I'm almost 100% certain that they're probably doing something, or they probably had a good upbringing, or they probably had a good mentor. Something in their life probably really helped them. And as a Pisces moon listening to me now, you know, if you haven't gone through some of the stuff that I'm saying, it's probably because you did have something that helped you through, you know, that helped you mature emotionally and with your sensitivities. You know, you may, you know, I just feel those Pisces moons who grow to not have the problems I'm discussing is usually because there is something that you are involved in or were involved in that helped you, right? Understand your sensitivities, express yourself creatively, right? So you always have something to lean on. And this is very important for Pisces moons, to have something to lean on that can help ease the struggles and pains of life. Now, when we deal with Pisces, we are dealing with some of the most beautiful people that really know how to listen, So in my last video, sorry, I just got to adjust myself, guys. In my last video with Libra, I was saying that I think they're some of the most friendliest people, right? But Pisces, I believe, are the people who really know how to listen. And I feel they know how to sit there and absorb every word that someone might tell them. Their acceptance of other people's stories, emotions. The Pisces moon, I'm not saying is in love when people do that, but it's almost like they can slip into a trance where they honestly open their heart, and the person that they're dealing with knows that they can tell them almost anything. So I've known so many Pisces moons where, whatever personality, because again, Pisces moons have all different types of personalities, even rougher personalities, because the other placements in their birth chart can really, give off the flavor of, a different, maybe some things that I'm not even explaining, this sensitivity stuff. But when you get them in a room, and if you are friends with them or you know them well, and you go to share things, they will sit there and they will absorb all of your emotion. They will feel what you're feeling. And that's invaluable to me, to really know when someone is getting you, and feeling you, who can cry with you even, right? So a Pisces moon craves, emotional depth, whether they like it or not. Like a Scorpio moon loves investigating emotional stuff, loves investigating psychologically, damaging or whatever. The Scorpio moon is a dark walker, right? Where a Pisces moon is the calm seer, feeler, and healer. So Pisces moons versus Scorpio moons is that a Pisces moon is a bit more angelic, I would say. So they have this ability to, I don't want to say the word heal, but they have this ability to, be so sensitive that when they really turn that on when dealing with another person, it's almost like being in the presence of an angel, like someone who will never judge you, right? Someone who is only there to, absorb someone's pain, and to share their experience with their pain. So Pisces moons are incredible intuitives. They're incredible advice givers. Pisces moons have to worry about escapism, though. And I know I kind of just jumped from how they're amazing at being a listener and helping people, and and it's because they're so intuitive that they can help people, right? It's because they're so sensitive and can understand specifically what someone's going through, even if it causes them pain by being there and listening to it, because they can carry that shit with them too. So that's why, like someone like Kurt Cobain, I think part of his, when he took his own life, a lot of his suicide note was literally that he couldn't bear the pain of the world anymore. And I think he got famous way too quick. And I don't know if he was a Pisces moon, but he definitely had Pisces going on in his life a lot. He might have been a Pisces moon, but he took on too much. And that's something Pisces moons have to watch out for. But that doesn't change the fact that Kurt Cobain probably was an amazing friend to talk to. And he probably understood everything from everyone, you know, if they were honest with him. But escapism, talking about Kurt Cobain, escapism is also a very dangerous road for a Pisces moon, you know. And yes, a lot of other zodiac signs can have escapism tendencies, especially wherever Neptune is in your life. But again, Neptune rules Pisces. So escapism is very common for a Pisces moon, because again, the moon is that inner world. It is the way we innately are. So compared to a Pisces rising or a Pisces sun, the Pisces moon is 10 times more sensitive, 10 times more psychic and intuitive, 10 times more creative, and has the potential to create so much, you know, in the art world, in any world. Even someone working at an office or for a company, you know, you still need creative minds within a company. You know, you still need someone with vision who can psychically, you know, see where something can go and what can be done to advance a business. But escapism is a very dangerous game for Pisces moons because, again, if not guided properly, if not trained properly, and I'm saying trained very loosely, trained as in trained in what it is that someone can do for themselves to live, you know, more grounded and harmonious in a world that ultimately is a life of struggle. Most of life is struggle, right? So a Pisces moon needs to stray away from escapism, drugs, you know, absorbing yourself in anything that is taking away from responsibility in life, you know, isolating too much, detaching oneself from reality, not facing one's problems if they're real problems, not seeking help if you're confused or don't know how to handle something. So Pisces moons need to understand that there'll be times in their life where they will need help. They will need guidance, you know, because sometimes being psychic and intuitive can be misleading because we don't know where we're picking up stuff from sometimes, right? Anyone that's psychic or anyone that's intuitive, sometimes you don't know if it's something is your energy or someone else's energy. You know, sometimes you can see too many potential timelines for your future and it can confuse you. So if you don't have grounding in your life or people that can like give you advice too, you know, from an outside perspective, that can cause you so much damage, which will make you want to isolate, which will cause you mental distress, which will fry out your nervous system, which is something Pisces moons need to worry about as well. So escapism is huge with a Pisces moon. And you don't have to be someone on drugs or someone, you know, who does anything bad to be an escapist, right? Anyone can. It's people who, you know, they work a job and maybe they have no interest in socializing. Maybe they love like watching TV all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you're doing it alone and years are passing you by and you know you're doing it because maybe there's some aspect of your life that hasn't been dealt with, or you feel you're too sensitive, or you feel maybe you're not good enough, right? Those are problems, right? Because there's every negative, and again, I don't want to say sitting home and watching TV all the time is negative, but in a way it is, okay? We all need balance in our life. We need to get outside. We need to, you know, of course, be okay financially. We need to, you know, have relationships of some kind, you know, of whatever. Even having a dog and going for walks and like making, you know, anything, guys. I'm just trying to throw examples out there. But escaping and avoiding things in life that ultimately are what human beings are supposed to be doing, because we're social creatures. We're designed to participate in tribes. And again, not tribes like political tribes, like find your tribe, but like, we're designed to be a part of groups, right? And that group can be just a couple of friends. That group can be your local cafe. That group can be a YouTube channel you create, right? Because that's a productive, creative outlet, But what I'm saying is sometimes we can escape into anything, right? We can escape into our work. We can escape, and be in that mode of being for too long. Even an artist, right? If an artist is too obsessed with their art, so many other things in their life fall away. They can't have good relationships. They, whatever the case may be. But everyone is different, right? So everyone is different. All I'm saying, and the point of this is that Pisces moons, explore places that aren't in reality. They like escaping into other things. And that is a beautiful thing, but also a dark road to walk down. Now, is there anything I would like to say extra about Pisces? Because we're already at 20 minutes, and I know I ramble, guys. My Libra video was 30 minutes. Can you believe that? Let me see. Yeah, guys. I mean, I'm sure most of you who are watching this, if you're still watching, I'm sure most of you know the archetype of Pisces. I'm sure most of you understand what the moon is. And the reason why I bring up a lot of the challenging things, and just like in my class, Transforming Your Life with Your Moon Sign, which you can, if you would like to purchase one of my pre-recorded classes, links down below. The reason why I talk sometimes in a more challenging way with these placements is because the moon to me is our most sensitive and vulnerable part of our life, right? It is literally how we experience the world. So from experience, I know that if moons are out of balance or are struggling, their entire life is out of whack. Everything else in your chart is probably not functioning properly. Your sun probably working at half capacity. Your moon literally dictates everything. Like, how do you, like, if you feel like shit inside, how's your day going? How do you feel? How's your relationships when you feel like you have the flu? Right? If your moon, if the insides, if your inner world and experience is not healthy, nothing in your life will be healthy. So this is why I'm so passionate about the moon. This is why on my website, when you check out my reading offerings, I have a moon and Chiron reading, because the moon and Chiron are the two most traumatic places in your birth chart that we can root your trauma to. We can see where things are not working. And just by bringing light to Chiron and the moon and helping you there can change everything. So the reason why I bring up these challenging things is because I want you to be aware of the challenges, but the beauty of the moon is everything that is available when those challenges are not there. So being an escapist Pisces moon just means you need to find somewhere creative to express, the inner world. Maybe you need to learn how to write, start taking a journal up, start writing stories, create a blog, really find something in your life that you can, channel this inner world of your feelings, write a self-help book, write anything, become a filmmaker. I feel Pisces moons really do need to do something creative, even if you suck at it. Like, I'm not a Pisces moon at all, but I love painting. Like real painting, like big canvases, and I have a little studio and all this other stuff. I'm not good at painting, but I love buying the paints at the store. I love using the brushes. I love doing abstract art. Sometimes I try drawing a figure, and it makes me feel like I'm some kind of, fine artist. It's very relaxing. I just let my intuition fly, and it's a pleasurable experience. And I let my mind go. I escape into the painting. Like, you don't have to be an artist to do art, you don't. So that's really helpful for Pisces moons. And also being able to understand the depths of your emotions, understanding and learning about psychology would be helpful. Anything that would really help you understand the nature of yourself, potentially spiritual subjects. That stuff is super helpful for a Pisces moon. And deep down, I think there's an innate longing, for those things anyway. So anyway, guys, Pisces moons enthusiasts, people just looking to learn. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can share your experiences in the comments, and if there's anything I missed, please share your thoughts in the comments as well. So anyone who comes across this video can read your comments and, maybe learn something as well. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video.